Namaste. Welcome to the community. Welcome to Akashic Enlightenment. This is going to be a journey within episode 14. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to start it off as usual with some breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Smell that? That's love rippling into the Akashic records. Today, I want to talk about heart-based consciousness and what it is and how to get yourself into the heart-based consciousness. So heart-based consciousness is the fourth density. Right now, our planetary spectrum when it comes to humanoid beings are experiencing the third density, or the last sub-densities of the third density. So the third density in the law of one, the universal law, channeled by Ra and other archangels, that the third density is the density of self-awareness. So you start going through the growth of self-awareness and being self-aware of your ego and minimizing it so that you can experience the heart and the truth in front of you. So the fourth density consciousness, the fourth density is the heart-based consciousness. So when you start going towards that minimization of ego, what happens is you can see how perfect God is before you. It's like, oh, forgive me, God. I didn't realize that you were so perfect before me in many ways. Since that everybody is God and plants and everything, I didn't realize that you were going at a pace and love and light in their life that I didn't realize because I was listening to my ego and my own internal perspective of this person. This is heart-based consciousness, and it takes off a lot of karma and a lot of weight from your shoulders, and you're like, it is so beautiful, and it creates this path of patience and gracefulness and non-infringement because you realize that God is so perfect. Why is everything God? Just like your body has cells, RNA, DNA, protein cells, T cells, muscles that make up certain cells, ears that make up certain cells to make up your nose and ears and stuff. We are the universe in the now. Everything happens here and now. The universe is happening at one time. It's a giant being, and we are like the atoms and the cells of the universe, or the planet. So realizing this gives you a lot of leeway to be like, oh, everything is God. I apologize for infringing. I realized how perfect everything is. So you start going down that path of really realizing how perfect everything is. And yourself, you are never in lack. You just have to participate in your light that is within you. Like doing pranayama and feeling that light. When you do pranayama, it silences your ego and brings it into the formlessness within, and you experience the Holy Spirit that manifests into a body. And that's the duality of the silence within, the gracefulness within. When you do Kriya Yoga or sit down long enough or exercise long enough, your mind stops and you experience that silence within, and you start going in a coherent relationship with your feminine within, and the masculine on the outside, your physical sense, starts disciplining and guiding that feminine within, and the feminine within also starts disciplining and guiding the masculine physical sense of your journey. So this is heart-based consciousness. When you stop externalizing yourself in an infringing way, and you go within yourself and you start understanding that everything within you is perfect, that it just the energy from the past and future worries, which is the ego, doesn't serve you anymore. It may have served you when you were a kid, when you were trying to rebel against the tyrant side, the shadow side of parents, schools, religion, and stuff like that, but it don't serve you anymore. And this new emotion that's coming up will create anxiety and depression if you don't participate in that new light that is housed within your feminine and masculine self. And this is heart-based consciousness. The more you stop listening to your past self and sitting with it and letting it be felt, you realize that it's being redirected to the light, and your ego is maturing and working for the higher self. And this is how you get into the heart-based consciousness. Some yogis and master Kriya yogis and masters of the spiritual arts have said it takes sometimes 20 years of straight devotion devoting yourself to God and realizing that serving others, God, and not in a non-infringement way, is the heart-based consciousness, the center of the fourth density. And the more you do it, your body produces oxytocin, and it feels really good to chase that type of dopamine because it's in a non-infringing way, and you won't have a lot of different guilt and shame from infringing in somebody's life and maybe misguiding them in some way, because you're just sitting there in the heart-based consciousness and letting them evolve at their own pace while you work on yourself. Ram Dass said, "There's nothing I can do for you but work on myself, and there's nothing I can do for myself but work on myself." You know, because this is heart-based consciousness. Heart-based consciousness isn't like religion where they think that you're gay, you're going to hell. You're not chilling with Jesus the way they are, you're going to hell. No, in spirituality, on the light side, the real version of God in love and light, it tells you that you are perfect. You just have to participate in that light. And it's like not leaving you out. It's like, me too. I am everywhere. I'm experiencing this depression, anxiety, or whatever, and with you, me too. Me too. Same here, me too. I'm not leaving you out with mistakes. They all built you up to who you are right now. Stop listening to the judge within. Pay attention to the heart. Oh, wow, all this that is happening in the world is so perfect. Doesn't mean like, oh, wow, let's be friends with the rapists and stuff, and like and killers and stuff, and like let them do what they're doing. It's just like if I meet somebody like that, you would have to just like the evil side in me, you just excuse it and allow it to just go back to where it is. And if that type of person is too infringing, then, you know, there's ways to get rid of these people. You live in 2024. There's police, good police out there. Even the bad ones will help you out with psychopaths and narcissists. Put restraining orders on them and stuff like that if they are that way towards you, you know, violent, you know. It's not like, oh, let's like excuse all the evil in the world, because people do take the light, the good of God, and they distort it with their own illusional physical mind, which is a distortion of the light and dark already. And if you're not following the light in this distorted body that becomes dense matter through God's consciousness, then you will make sense of the light in your own way to benefit only you instead of the whole. And these type of people need like real genuine help from real spiritual masters. I wouldn't know how to handle these people. I would probably, if they were a violent type of person, I would probably call the police on them. And if there was an off-grid, if we're off-grid like the entire world for like a year or something crazy ever happened, I honestly really wouldn't know how to deal with that type of person. But just trust the future is going to help me guide this person, and trust that they will guide themselves at their own pace. And I'm sure if people like that, if we went off-grid the entire world for like a year straight, and those type of people did come out the woodworks, I'm pretty sure they would still get in prison in some way, shape, or form, so they can sit with those emotions. Because those type of people, really, you have to really force them to sit with their emotions. They don't want to, they don't care, you know? They're already dead inside. They're already a dead person alive. So people are always like, oh, what about this and that and the evil people, and you just know, like, you just don't care about those things. It's like, no, like the heart-based consciousness sees all of those things and prays for those type of things, and whenever it comes inside of its circle, it tries its best to redirect it to the light. And if it doesn't allow you to, or the person doesn't allow you to, then, you know, you use certain circumstances like imprisoning them if you have to, because how else would you deal with somebody that wants to kill you or be violent with you every other day? You know, you either get rid of them out of your life, make them move somewhere else, or you put them inside a jail cell, make them sit with their emotions. I know that sounds fucked up, but some things that our psychopathic leaders and tyrants do is reasonable when it comes to people that try to kill you every other day or beat on you every other day, because you don't want that emotional trauma. Why deal with somebody like that, you know? So, the heart-based consciousness is realizing that everything is perfect before you. There's no need to infringe in others' life. There's no need to go on the exterior and give advice only whenever it's asked and they come to you. Likewise, people come to you. Your vibration that you send out, you will get people like you come back. And that's the only time that you should be participating in those type of emotions, is whenever somebody asks you and stuff. Other than that, use the practices you know for yourself and keep building and evolving your consciousness. More and more buoyant it will become. The less you pay attention to the past and future and create new emotions that will give you money, like your passions, make your passions make you money, you know, the better you will get within yourself, and those emotions will mature because they're just at a childlike stage and they just need to grow up. And it doesn't happen overnight. It will not happen in like 2 years unless you like really dealt with a lot of emotion in your past life and you're already at that stage to graduate. Kind of like Yeshua at a young age, Yogananda at a young age, I'm sure Yuxafor at a young age, Sri Ma at a young age, all had this stuff already in them and spreaded it to people, the real heart-based consciousness in the future. Look into Yogananda and all these yogis, these master yogis. I praise them, they're beautiful. Serve others only the way that you can, so that you can experience giving to the whole, you know, and you will send out a vibration, and likewise people will come to you. And that's how it works. This is heart-based consciousness. You already are perfect. You're never in lack. You're awesome. Your light is always within you. You just have to participate in it. Have a beautiful day where we're at in the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Namaste.